Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hello and welcome to a special episode of Ho. Angelic Herbs, Archangel Raziel. So we getting to hang out again with another Archangel. We're going to get to learn about this specific Archangel, and then I'll pull some herb cards for him. So I pulled out the decks already, Witch's Kitchen, the Herbal Healing Oracle deck, the Herbal Healing deck, and then also the Magic of Flowers. Because the first card that I'm looking at, actually the only card that I've looked at his, I kid you not, they're in a stack, but I've only looked at the top one. His hands are up, his thumb and index fingers are touching each other, so the other three fingers are up. He's got lighted stars on his palms, his third eye, and a huge, glorious sun mandala on his heart chakra. And it says, "Thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents." So I I thought I would maybe do this podcast last weekend, but then my daughters came home a little earlier than anticipated from their dad's house, so I just shoved him back in the book. I shoved this stack of cards back in the book and thought, well, we'll try again next week. Well, as it turns out, I like that we waited a week, because then we got to hang out with Tulsi, Holy Basil, for a whole week, and she was all about us being holy and sacred and devoted to our holy work and knowing our life's purpose. And so anyways, I think Tulsi primed us for helping us understand that we have gifts, we have talents, we have purpose, and we can channel these spiritual things through us. Okay, so I was pausing because it's so quiet. Oh my gosh, what a quiet, peaceful house this morning. All I can hear is the washing machine getting ready to spin out. You might be able to hear it too, but the neighbors so far are tuckered out from doing whatever the fuck they were doing for hours upon hours yesterday, pressure washing, and I mean, kudos to their motivation. But I thought, yeah, let's take advantage of this quiet Saturday morning, do some laundry. It's going to be a great day for clothesline drying, and hang out with Archangel Raziel, who has, let's see what cards we've got. We've got Spiritual Gifts. That's the one I told you about. Now he also has, so Spiritual Gifts is from the Kyle Gray Angel Prayers deck. And then I have 3 cards from Archangel Oracle by Doreen Virtue. So he's pretty awesome sauce in the Angel Prayers. He's got a red turban, got some white feathery palm trees behind him. Like I said, he's dressed really fabulous, like red, but with gold. And if you put up your hands just like him, he is so focused. And he's going to help us channel our gifts and our talents this week. Now, the 3 other cards are Take Back Your Power. He's got his hands out, his wings out, stretched. He's taking back our power. He's telling us to take back our power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Ooh, this is so good, because it's like, that's kind of like what Flossie has been, I'm hanging out with Flossie, Florence Scovel Shin, and that's what she's all about. Like, So I spoke the word. So speak the word. Your word is your wand. It is your power. It is your God-given power for you to use your words, your thoughts, your intentions to manifest blessings in your life. So I don't mean to like be a hard ass to myself and to others, to you. But it's like if we're not manifesting blessings in our lives, I don't know why I just have a southern switch. I just all of a sudden go so southern. If we're not manifesting blessings in our lives, do you know whose fault that is? Yeah, go look in the mirror. It's your own damn fault if you're not manifesting blessings in your life, because that's your God-given, that's your universe-given, that's your natural innate power to manifest here in this reality. We've been told otherwise. We've been misguided, right? So it's like now it's time for us to activate and channel our gifts and our talents, and just it's going to seem miraculous when we start using energy to our advantage, but it's actually normalcy. It was the way normal was supposed to be. Your normal was supposed to be full of blessings and abundance and anything you asked for. So get that in your head. All right, the other two cards is spiritual understanding and clairvoyance. Whoa. So spiritual understanding says, I am Archangel Raziel, Raziel, says, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So he looks like he's holding this big metal art Merkaba thing above him, and there's a white dove and there's points of light lit up, and he's like, oh, like lifting it up, like, look at me, I can lift this. So he's saying like, yo, more esoteric information and symbols is coming your way. Are you seeing sacred geometry like everywhere now? Yeah, it's like signs, symbols, way to talk to you. Maybe even using sacred geometry to help us manifest. I was talking to a friend the other day. She's a seamstress, tailor. She makes costumes and for like plays and productions. And she's like, I'm just stepping back from this right now because I feel guided to make these tapestries with like the flower of life, and like she's making all this like quote weird shit. And she's like, I'm infusing the energy in it, and she's, I don't know, she's just using like her guidance right now, like to step away from what she's always done to do this craft, this creation, infusing spiritual truth and esoteric symbols into it. So we're going to talk about spiritual understanding, and then clairvoyance. Now clairvoyance, I think I'm going to do a big diagonal for him. Clairvoyance, he's got his hand on his heart, chest, chakra center, and he's holding a rainbow light staff. Like it's a staff, and it's like got boop, 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 up to the top, these lighted balls, light bulbs, and they go from small, and then the one at the top is biggest. And it's like light pink, purple, pink, blue, green, golden light at the top. So he's got a pretty cool staff. And he is holding that. It's lit up. His hand is on his chest. You can feel that there's light coming from his heart chakra. And then his whole head's illuminated with a halo. And he says, Archangel Raziel says, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. So these spiritual gifts today, we're going to be taking back our power. We're going to be gaining spiritual understanding, and we're going to be talking about clairvoyance today with Archangel Raziel. So what do you think? I look up, I see 919. Surprise, surprise. So maybe Raziel is claiming the 919 synchronicity in my life. High fives to that. I like that. I do want to connect with Archangel Raziel. Seriously, I really do. He is a serious, loving energy. You know, I'm sort of laughing inside because, like, if this was a normal podcast, I just tell you about how I didn't really sleep good last night because I slept without any granny panties on. I know he's saying, do we have to go here? And, you know, my body was distracted all night because it was like, what's going on? We don't have any pants on. Like, something up? Is somebody here? You know? And, you know, I feel like the only way for me, you know, as a super physical human, okay, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Like, my body is charged up, and I've always been physically governed, like, truly. I really, to get like a supreme balance in my own personal life, I really do need to step in more and more to my spiritual gifts, my spiritual understanding, using my mind. Because, like, if I had it my way, like, this my whole life, like, I'd just be like using my body, you know. Animal. I'm definitely animal minded, like my body. So it's like, this really is such a beautiful time for me, opportunity for me. Like, I can truly, there is no more excuses. I have run everyone out of my life that could get in my way of taking back my power. Like, it's like, that is one of the blessings of being alone and solo. There ain't no one to stand in your way. So you need to do what you got to do right now. Like, take advantage of it. Like, I don't even have a boyfriend. I don't even have anyone to intervene or distract or take away from what I could be capable of. Now, I think a lot of times people find people that can add to their spiritual understanding and their experience, and, you know, they can, like, activate together. But apparently that's not my path right now. So I love this meme. And I don't know if I saved it or not, but I'll have to recreate it. It says, I'm just going to keep on getting weirder and sexier, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's like, now is a great time for me to get, quote, weirder and activate my spiritual gifts and feel like I can really focus on that without having to entertain anybody or even take into account them. So anyways, I think that was a good experience for me all night last night, to keep on being woken up by my body. Like, my body kept waking me up like, ooh, like the sheet just tickled my butt, like my butt cheek. Like, are we like my body is always on, you know? But it's like, now my spiritual gifts need to come on. So I'm excited to read these 4 cards with you, and then we'll pull some herbs. Spiritual gifts, take back your power, acquire spiritual understanding, and maybe even some clairvoyance. Having our spiritual sight awaken fully so we can seriously and clearly see heavenly love and understand more spiritual truths and use our God-given powers and intentions to manifest more blessings in our life. So that's what Archangel Raziel is going to do. He's going to help us channel our gifts and talents. So I'm just sitting here listening to the birds, and my Jesus Calling book had something to say, like, as you hear the birds, know that that is like my love calling out to you. But just as a nerd, I was thinking, like, I wonder if there's a bird call app that, like, you know, can hear the sound of the bird making noise and tell you what kind of bird it is. That might be kind of interesting. But yeah, nature is singing its song. Now we're going to talk about spiritual gifts with Archangel Raziel. So let's figure out who Raziel is. Raziel's name means secrets of God. Secrets of God. And he is the angel who is most like a yoga guru. So he is wearing a turban in this picture. Like, that matches his shirt perfectly. He has mastered all the secrets of spiritual growth and the universal laws. So I bet you Archangel Raziel is very, very pleased with us that we did all the spiritual laws I could find last year, 105. If you're interested in using the law of attraction to develop as a clairvoyant, Raziel is the angel who can be of most support to you. Call on him to guide your spiritual journey, and he will help you align your mind, body, and soul as one. All right, so I know that was a dumbass story that I shared about not wearing any granny panties to bed. I get it. Like, Sadie isn't always that smart. However, that's exactly where we're going with Archangel Raziel. Aligning our mind, body, and soul as one. So I'm aware that more alignment needs to be done. Right? I see that, like, my spiritual gifts really need to step up in my mind, using my mind, because, like, I totally already know how to use my body, you know? And it's like, let's align and use this body for spirit. Let's use this body and mind for manifestations and bringing in spiritual truths and understanding and being the vessel that it was intended to be. So Raziel's name means secrets of God. So aren't you, like, most intrigued to hang out with this particular archangel? Like, they've all been great, beautiful. You know, our last one we did at the beginning of the month was Archangel Raguel. Raggy. He helped us clean up all our messes all month, right? But now that we've done the cleaning work, we're like, okay, let's move forward. Let's hang out with Archangel Raziel and start to use the law of attraction as well as the 100 other spiritual laws and discover spiritual secrets for our personal growth and the growth of the collective consciousness. So thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. We're going to thank him before anything has happened, because in the spiritual invisible realm, it's already manifested. He's already helped us. Now we just play it out on the theater of life. So your spiritual gifts and talents are starting to come into alignment at this time. Whether you realize it or not, you have this special ability to inspire others through your own personal achievements, goals, and lessons. So ask yourself how you can pass on any of your lessons to others in a gentle and supportive way. Also, be aware as your psychic and intuitive abilities are strengthening. The angels are preparing your energy to help you share. So it's like I've been telling you, the more you do your spiritual work, the more others lay eyes on you. You are inspiring them through your own personal achievements and goals and lessons. And, you know, as you're talking about your synchronicities, that's inspiring other people to pull their heads out of their asses and pay attention to what's going on around them. You know, as I didn't have to share my cemetery story with anybody, but I did because I knew that it would make people go, whoa, that was cool. So that's why I went ahead and shared it with my mom, because I was like, this one might actually touch her. You know what I mean? Like, this one was pretty cool. It impressed me. So I shared her my cemetery synchronicity. And yeah, like, I know I could almost hear it click, like unlock another like the way a key sounds when you go to the right click. Like I could almost hear that happen inside of her. So I know that everybody around me can only awaken within their own divine timing and when they're ready, and they can only like assimilate. Like I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but you can only assimilate that which you are ready for. And people can only handle as much as they can handle, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's like I have to keep on offering. Now I can ask how I can pass on my lessons gently and supportively, right? But I just have to understand, Raziel is saying, that your psychic gifts, your intuitive abilities are strengthening. And I would say, yes, absolutely, that is true, because of the cemetery experience and clearly hearing guidance. So whether you are a natural intuitive or a psychic or a dancer or a writer or a yoga teacher or whatever, you have the natural ability to connect with spirit because you are spirit. So that's why we can connect with spirit, because we are spirit. So it's like once I get it out of my head that I am not just mind, I am not just body, okay? I am spirit, then it's like, well, yeah, of course I can connect with spirit then, because I am spirit. Archangel Raziel also wants to say that you were also born with talents and gifts. You may not see them, but that doesn't mean they aren't there. So over the next few weeks, pay attention over the next few weeks to anyone asking you to show them something or help them with problems that you've already overcome in your own life. So in the next few weeks, pay attention to anyone who's asking you for like advice or to show them how to do something, or, you know, maybe it's something, a circumstance, you've been there, done that, you've overcome it, and now here is somebody looking to you, teacher, looking to you, helper, looking to you, healer, looking to you to help them. So you have spiritual gifts coming into alignment. You have spiritual gifts coming into alignment. And Archangel Raziel wants to help you channel them. So he's saying, go for it. Okay? So it's like, go for it. If you feel like sitting down, and I at first was seeing you talk with your eyes closed, but now I'm seeing you write in a journal. Go for it. Go for channeling these spiritual gifts. Go for the offering the insight, the wisdom. Go for offering the foreshadowing or the prediction, or, you know, go for it. Whatever it is you're feeling like you can do now, go for it, because you can probably actually do it. So like if someone has passed, transitioned, and non-physical, died or whatever, and you feel like you can connect in with their energy, go for it, because you probably can. So that should be somewhat exciting to you. As I'm like, I literally could just stare at the wall today. But it's like, that should be kind of like, hey, there could be something coming online here that you can do. And now as I'm doing that, as I'm saying that, I'm grabbing the Archangel Oracle deck cardboard? What the fuck? Guidebook, Sadie. And I'm guided cardboard. What? it opens up to the page that says clairvoyance. So even though that was the last card I was planning on doing, the guidebook made out of bendy cardboard, I don't know where, I'm telling you, sometimes I just have words fly out of my mouth. We're going to do clairvoyance first. Archangel Raziel says, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. So he was saying to go for it, believe, understand that gifts that you were unaware of are coming online. So sometimes you can all of a sudden have a new spiritual gift, right? That was from yesterday. Did you hang out with me yesterday and pick a pile? You should have, because it was good. Here's the message. So let's talk about clairvoyance. Let's talk about Archangel Raziel a little more. Your clairvoyance may come in different forms. Okay, so this will explain what the heck clairvoyance is. It may come to you in different forms as fleeting mental images in your mind's eye. So just like a vision you see real quick in your mind's eye, in your imagination. It could come to you as a dream, as reoccurring sights in the physical world. Like you just, I would say clairvoyance then is like me seeing my numbers again and again and again and again and again, right? You could see auras or energy, which I just want to tell you this memory that just was shown to me. I was hanging a white sheet on my front porch, Amish inspired clothesline. It's like literally so short, but like it does come in handy if I need to dry something, just a couple things. And anyways, this guy saw me on the porch, so he started talking to me, and he doesn't live around here, but he visits like a couple times a year to help with the museum. But anyways, my point is, when I was talking to him, I could see all this magenta purple energy around him. Because I was on the porch and he was on the road, so like the hot pavement or whatever. But he was, like, I didn't know if I was blasting his ass with the violet flame or if maybe spirit was, like, because he got into my proximity. And, like, you know, he truly does need to be guided, get out of the fear that's going on, get out of the 3D modality, get, you know, like, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, are we blasting him right now? So, like, as I'm being polite and listening to him talk, I am noticing that I can see this energy, right? So I'm just like observing, but it was pretty interesting because it was very, very visual. Anyways, auras, energy, you might be able to see that, or an apparition experiences. So don't be surprised if Archangel Raziel just like shows up this week and he's there in spirit. I just looked up and saw 420. You're going to be like, am I high? Like, am I actually seeing what I'm seeing? More and more, we're going to be having experiences that confirms that the veil is thinning and the physical and spiritual worlds are merging and having more access to each other. And you're able to do this because you are spirit. So your clairvoyance could be visions, could be insights, could be dreams, could be mental images that just flash in your mind for a second. You might be able to see energy. You might be able to see auras. Now, I could definitely always see energy as a child. And I would ask my mom or tell her, like, at night, like, wow, the spinning wheels are really going fast tonight. And she'd be like, what, huh? You know? And I could see, like, when I would look outward, all the spinning lights, like wheels, like this is actually a matrix, and I used to be able to see it very clearly as a kid. Well, didn't she tell me that that was just my eyes adjusting to the darkness, even though I could see it all the time during the day, but at night I could really, really see it, like, because I'm just laying there in bed, and that's all I wasn't distracted or anything. But anyways, you can see energy. Stare at a chalkboard, stare at a blank wall. Let your eyes relax. Like, you'll see spinning wheels. You'll see sparks of light. Like, you'll see energy. It's there. It's there. So anyways, that's all that's there. Because that's all that's there. Everything is energy. You are energy. You are spirit. So once you realize this, it could really be your permission slip to activate your spiritual sight. Have it awaken fully. Why? So you can clearly see heavenly love. So this can all be brought into perspective for you. So, and that'll take us to our next card. It will also help us take our power back, because we understand what's up. We understand what's going on now. All right, so working with Archangel Raziel. Raziel's aura holds all the colors of the rainbow, like a beautiful prism of light. Working with clear quartz crystals magnifies clairvoyance and helps you feel closer to Raziel. So I actually, and you can do this too, Archangel Michael has been suggesting to me to make a diamond pointed mandala, and you put clear quartz at the north and south points, and you put amethyst east and west. And so this can help activate more centers of light in our area, and in our homes, and, do the energetic work that we're supposed to be doing wherever we're at. And so we can make these on our altars. We can bury these quartz crystals into the earth. But yeah, it's time to connect with clear quartz for sure. Now, he also says that all the facets of clairvoyance are beautiful and varied. So going back to all the different spiritual gifts that you might be acquiring, whether they be dreams, visions, auras, energy sight, apparition experiences, they're all beautiful. Enjoy and trust them. So really at this point, as we are opening and allowing them, don't overthink it. Don't, okay? All you need to do is enjoy them. Enjoy them and trust them as they are your experiences. So if you're a little bit of a skeptic like I am, hopefully you'll get more cemetery experiences like I did. So sometimes spirit has to be so specific with me that I can't talk myself out of it. And that's what spirit did to me at the cemetery. It whispered to me, look who you're standing on. And I looked down, and I am standing right in front of a gravestone that has my birth name on it. So it's things like that it has to hit home, right? It has to wipe out the skeptical nature of your human mind. Like, it has to wow you. So be prepared for spirit to wow you with some of these spiritual gifts so that you'll trust them and believe them and validate them and be able to enjoy them. Now, Raziel also wants us to hold the intention of seeing only love. Hold the intention. Put your hand on your heart space, your heart chakra, on your chest. Higher heart. So it's just right up there. hold the intention of seeing only love. And that is what you'll see. So as your spiritual gifts come online, right? Nobody wants to see any boogeyman bullshit. So make intentions of only seeing love. I only connect with the highest light. I only connect with love. I only have the spiritual sight of pure positivity. So make your intentions to only see love, to only connect with love, to only connect with spirit at the highest vibration of the purest unconditional love, and that is what you'll experience and see. Okay? Okay, and get your quartz crystals out, because that will help magnify your clairvoyance and you'll feel closer to Archangel Raziel. The name means secrets of God. And once we learn these spiritual secrets, we'll be able to take back our power. So that's our next card. Take back your power. Archangel Raziel says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. I use my intentions to only see love. I use my intentions to manifest blessings in my life. I am spirit. My spiritual gifts are my God-given power. So you are a luminary. It's true. Accept this as truth. You are a luminary, a sage, a wise one, a high priestess, a high priest, a wizard, and a supreme manifester. You are spirit. And even though you are in this physical illusion of being a human, a horny human, you actually are a spiritual high priestess, a spiritual high priest, a wizard, a supreme manifester, a wise one, a sage. You are a luminary. You are a luminous being. You are spirit. Now is the time to summon up your spiritual strength and power and put your authority into action. Lovingly and firmly transform your intentions into reality. Say prayers about your intentions and ask for guidance and signs to shape your manifestations to the highest possible level. So either you are stepping into this energy field now and accepting this as your powerful truth, or you fucking just ran out of the room. It's up to you if you're ready or not, right? But it's like you are a luminous being. You are spirit. And it's like a piece of cake to manifest here once you realize all this. So say prayers about your intentions, right? Say, I intend to clearly see heavenly love. Ask for guidance, ask for signs to help shape your manifestations to the highest possible level. When you ask, it is given. So when you ask Archangel Raziel to work with you, to help you channel your gifts and your talents, he will help you. But you have to ask. You have to ask for the guidance and the signs, and it will manifest. They will. They really, really, really will. So lovingly and firmly transform your intentions into reality. It's time to summon up your spiritual strength, your spiritual power. It's time to take back your power and put your authority into action. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am able to manifest blessings. I am able to channel light. I am able to channel my spiritual gifts. I am able to awaken fully. I am able to clearly see heavenly love. I am able to help others. So Archangel Raziel's name means secrets of God, right? The secrets of God are now available to you. And this archangel will help you understand esoteric spiritual ideas and apply them in practical ways. So I was actually laughing the other day that like every once in a while spirit nudges me or offers to me the idea of reading the emerald tablets. And I'm always like, all right, but does it come with cliff notes, right? Like the law of one. You know, it's like some of this stuff, it's like you are going to need to ask for help to understand it and apply it in practical ways. And for me, that happened with A Course in Miracles. Now, if you get that book, it's like 1,500 motherfucking pages long, and it's written in a way that like, you're like, what? Right? So what a gift to be able to hook up and connect with Tina Louise Spalding, who read the lesson to me on YouTube. All right, this was her video. She would read the lesson, which was helpful because they were big words for me. Then she would channel it into like a current explanation, modern explanation, a practical, she put it into practical words, and it just clicked and worked. So I really, like you guys, like if there's something that you're ready for, Spirit will help deliver it and help you apply them in practical ways. So please have the faith and confidence that you'll be able to accept and utilize a lot of these gifts, even if it's the emerald tablet, you know, and it's written in a way that like your brain is like, oh my God, like I read the words, but like help me understand them. You know, so really just be open to a lot of stuff that maybe you thought you weren't capable of, but actually you are. Call upon Archangel Raziel to assist your alchemical work, to turn ideas into gold, to turn ideas into gold, your alchemical work. You are a wizard. You literally are, once you realize this and take back your power and channel and activate and bring forth your gifts and talents and your understanding. It doesn't even have to be anything like superhero-ish. Like it literally is you just taking these esoteric ideas, these laws of the universe, start there. Bringing them into your practical daily life. That's alchemical work. When you start to use your thoughts and your intentions and your prayers and your spoken word, when you start to use these gifts, when you start to open up to your intuition and your intuitive nudges, and you take your visions and your dreams and your synchronicities and you validate them and you listen to them and you learn from them and you're guided by them, you can literally turn your ideas to gold. Okay? It's alchemical work. It's taking spirit and manifesting it into the physical. And you are fully capable of doing this. Anyone is. Everyone is. So, on that note, that's why I am psychotic about helping as many people as I can come to spiritual understandings. Because I know that we can create blessings. I know that we can manifest more love on this earth. I know that we can manifest more herbs and herbal medicine on this earth. I know that we can help everybody. I know that we can awaken to our gifts, to our talents. I know this. So that's why I just bring it along all the time. And Archangel Raziel says, yeah, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So call on Archangel Raziel this week, or for the next month, or for the next year, or for the rest of your days here. Call on him to help you understand this woo-woo stuff and awaken your spiritual sight and your clairvoyance and all your spiritual gifts. Like, you might have stuff coming online that I didn't mention here, right? Like, be open, be so open, and be very deliberate with your intentions to take back your power, to fully unleash your power, to understand your power and what you're capable of working with energy, working with the energy that you already are. You are already this. Now you just have to learn how to work it. Woo! Makes me want to dance. My body was like, my turn. Okay. So, Archangel Raziel, here's our final card, and then we'll get into some herbs that he wants to bring through. He is helping us understand spiritual truths. So if you are ready to invite Archangel Raziel in, you've got your quartz crystals and your clear quartz. Maybe I'll go get some of my points and put them in between these cards. If you're ready, he's ready. Okay, so be watching for this information to literally find you. Your spiritual understanding is rising to another level as you open up to new ways of looking at life. So, keep an open mind and let go of limited thinking and illusions. Let it go. Thinking that you're not special or not capable or not worthy of bringing in spiritual gifts, that's bullshit, and you can let it go. That's limited thinking. Let it go. Now it's time for you to keep an open mind and pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to all types of signs. I feel like spirit is talking to me all the time. Like, I got something in the mail the other day, and I noticed the return address, and wasn't it the name of the road? Wasn't it the very exact name of the woman who I am working with forgiveness right now? Like, I'm forgiving that bitch, right? And her name is on my package. Right? It's like spirit is always with numbers, with names, with synchronicities, with signs. When you start to notice everything and allow yourself to get weird and be like, did you see the color of that mug? That's the same color. You start to notice everything as if spirit is constantly in communion with you, is constantly wanting to talk to you through this reality. Right? Do you hear me? Do you see me? Do you feel me? Like, in any avenue that you're open to, spirit is ready to connect with you because you are spirit and it wants to be with you. So it's like the world can get very, very interesting and meaningful and synchronistic and fun. You guys, it's fun to live like this. So pay attention to signs, information that comes to you 3 times or more. Hello, you better be noticing it. So that's why numbers are, I feel like, such a good, easy starting point to notice like things that are harassing you. I say harassing because like you'll see the same numbers again and again and again. Right? You'll hear the same catchphrases, or maybe it's a song or a name. Like, your significant signs will follow you. So if something comes to you 3 times or more, it's trying to get your attention. So please pay attention. Notice geometric shapes and symbols in your physical and psychic vision. So if you're all the time, seeing triangles or circles or Merkabas or whatever it is for you. If things are repeating, they are trying to get your attention. So notice them. Know that your increased awareness may shift your relationships and career goals. So just like my friend who all of a sudden now is obsessed with the flower of life, and that's what she wants to create in all her fabric creations, that is sort of taking, she's like, I'm just trying to trust and have faith that spirit's guiding me appropriately. And she's going with it and she's being taken care of. But it's like, you gotta notice and you gotta trust and keep on going. So anyways, Archangel Raziel says, I will guide you through these changes so your life mirrors your inner experiences. So as you connect more and more with your spiritual gifts, Archangel Raziel will help guide you so that you can manifest blessings in your life. Because as you start to live a more magical inner life, these experiences will manifest into the external. So one more way to work with Archangel Raziel, as the wizard and alchemist of the Archangel realm, Raziel helps us understand ideas that defy normal logic. He expands and challenges everyday thinking in ways that ultimately have healing effects. If you hunger for deep spiritual understanding, ask Raziel to enter your dreams. You'll soul travel with him to classrooms where he'll help you uncover truths and secrets. Upon awakening, you may not fully remember or understand Raziel's teachings, yet this knowledge is permanently embedded in your subconscious, where it guides you throughout each day. So yeah, we've been talking about the subconscious mind as we hang out with Flossie, and I described the subconscious mind as that creepy ass friend who's always listening, writing down everything that you're thinking, and she never forgets. Okay, the subconscious mind is psychotic. She's a creep. She's with you. She hears every thought, every word. She's with you in every dream. She accompanies you in every astral travel. So as you travel with Archangel Raziel at night in your dream state, because you invited him in your dreams, you'll visit classrooms, actual classrooms in the spiritual realm, and you'll learn. Like sometimes you'll wake up and you're exhausted because you literally went to school all night, and it will be recorded by your creepy ass friend, your subconscious mind. She will take in everything that you went through, everything that you learned, everything that you acquired. So even if it doesn't seem like you're remembering it with your conscious human mind, your subconscious mind has written it down and is going to help you play it out in your life. It will be permanently embedded. So upon awakening, you might not remember what Archangel Raziel taught you, but it's there. It is there, and it will guide you throughout each day. And then you'll have a blink of a vision of it or a remembrance of it, or it'll prompt a synchronicity. But it's like all of a sudden you'll just know something that you didn't know the day before because you learned it in your dream state. So anyways, that's one more way that you can work with Archangel Raziel if that interests you. Raziel, the secrets of God, he has much to teach you. He has much to help you with. Channeling your gifts, your talents, helping you use your intentions and your prayers to manifest blessings in your life, helping you understand that you are spirit and you can take back your power and you can be sovereign and in charge of your reality. He will help you understand esoteric information, symbols, help you understand spiritual truths, If you're ready to go deeper, connect with Archangel Raziel for this spiritual understanding, because he's going to help you do all that and help bring your spiritual sight to fully awaken. So that, yes, your gifts come online, your clairvoyance is activated and available to you, and you can clearly see heavenly love. All right, would you like to pull some herb cards now for Archangel Raziel? I should just tell you that a whole 24 hours has passed. So I ended my last segment, right? I guess it seems to be like we were talking about clairvoyance and spiritual gifts and just getting to know Archangel Raziel, the secret keeper of God, right? Secrets of God. That's what his name means. And I was like, you know what? I should probably put these towels on the line and take the dogs out and whatever. And then before I know it, it's noon, and everybody and their brother is in the neighborhood with their weed whackers running and their power washers and really just having a Saturday work day. And I thought, you know what? There's just no way. There's just no way that I'm going to go back in there and try to pull some herbs for Raziel, because, you know, everybody's making lots of noise in the neighborhood and good for the neighborhood. So I decided to put on my swimsuit and lay out in my 80s inspired trifold lawn chair, sun my butt cheeks, let the sun kiss my ass, and, and anyone else who laid sights on it. And then I was like, well, everybody's working. I should probably do my chores too. And I cleaned rabbit cages for an hour in my swimsuit, and got some good sun, which, hey, that's my theme now, you know, for the month of August. It's like get your sun, because winter's coming. I mean, it's like right after August, it's just like, of course, in Pennsylvania, it could feel like nice warm weather actually into October if we play our cards right. And say our prayers. But anyways, August, you better get your suntan because you will appreciate it, all that vitamin D, later on in the month ahead. All right, so we got clairvoyance, spiritual gifts, take back your power, spiritual understanding. I'm just trying to review since I took a day off before I left everything out exactly on my desk. So he is still here. I did have a funny experience last night. I was so tired. My eyes were tired. So like I'm in bed trying to sleep at like 10 o'clock, you know, but my mind is really not that tired. I'm not falling asleep like my body thought it could, you know. And, so I listened to music for a little bit. Finally, my stomach's like, well, if you're awake, I'm hungry, you know. So I get up and I'm like, all right, you know, not a big deal. I don't mind getting up and eating again, brush my teeth again, right? So I mosey on down to the kitchen and I think, I wonder what time it is. And I look at the digital clock and it's 11:11. I laugh so much because I was thinking about Archangel Raziel all afternoon, helping me channel my gifts and talents, being like open to the esoteric information coming through, being aware of the signs and symbolism, right? And so I just laughed because I was like, you guys are like just so persistent with getting my attention, always making me feel connected. Sometimes at the end of the day, I'm like, what's the point of life, right? Like and yet they never miss an opportunity with that kitchen clock to just, you know, make me either have a laugh or feel connected or a pat on the back. I really appreciate the numbers. So yeah, I was laughing last night at 11:11, like just like, oh my God, you guys, like this is so fun. All right, so Archangel Raziel helping us awaken our spiritual sight to see heavenly love. I've got the Witch's Kitchen, just like I said, Witch's Kitchen, the Herbal Healing Deck, and Magic of Flowers out. Tapping into his energy. I was putting my hands up like his right before I hit record because I was thinking about my mom, and you know how she basically got hit by a car last year on her Spider motorcycle, and so I'm putting my hands up like his are in this card, and you'll be able to see the picture on Angelic Herbs on Instagram. And I spoke the word for my mom, Cara Jean, like, you know, may Cara Jean, I see Cara Jean in divine and perfect health. And as I was speaking the word for my mom and her physicalness, holding my hands up like so, I got all these angel bumps, all these chills all through my body, and I was like, woo, you know, like I even hollered like that. And we really can let this energy come through in a powerful, powerful way. And just want to shout out to Archangel Raziel. I've been feeling ya. I feel it. I'm open to it. I'm ready to take back my power. I'm ready to understand spiritual whatnots even more. I'm ready to channel more of my gifts, share more of my talents, and activate my clairvoyance, and maybe even open up some new avenues in clairvoyance that I had not considered. So anyways, I've definitely been thinking about Archangel Raziel. And then I thought to myself, there's my neighbor with this fucking weed whacker. That's not what I thought to myself. Do you hear this? It's like nonstop here on the weekends. It's 10:35 and he's out there weed whacking. Like church, they're still at church on the other side of me. Just as a bitch side note, I think that's fucking rude for people to either mow or weed whack when it's Sunday and they're over there in church. Like, church is in session. There's 2 churches. Literally, I could throw a football to one of them easy and maybe halfway to the other one if I really hurled it. But it's like, come on, you guys. Respect the people who are in there praising the Lord. And I mean, I don't go to church, but I still don't run my weed whacker in the middle of church, in the middle of a sermon. Okay, anyways. What the fuck? So then I say to Archangel Raziel, I still went with my hands up like that because I was like trying to figure out his placement for his index finger and his thumb. I was like, I still want to this day. I'm still liking to have that mudra oracle deck where it's like on every card there's like a different thing to do with your hands, a different mudra, and I just always thought that would be cool. So just putting that out there. All right, I just went around and shut all the windows that I could. Archangel Raziel is like, this is just the world we live in, right? This is just the world we live in. Chill out, right? You share your gifts regardless of where you're at, where you're planted. That was one of the messages on one of the pick-a-piles, pick a number, on Friday. I think that was the number 69 pile. Really, it's like sometimes you ask yourself, why am I planted in this particular community, in this particular garden, you know, of the world? And it's like you're here for a reason. So take back your power. Don't let the little annoyances and grievances eat at you, take away from you, diminish you. You really do need to step into your power regardless of where you're at. So this deck, the Witch's Kitchen, you know how like some decks have gold? They're like gold foiled on the edges of the cards. These ones are silver. It like literally looks like I'm shuffling metal, like shuffling metallic. It's so cool. Like just rotating it around. It's so liquid metal. It's so fun. All right. So I want to pull from this card because, you know, I feel like Archangel Raziel is like, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So I want the Witch's Kitchen to either, 1, talk about more of our powers, or two, I know this deck would also be happy to talk about maybe like what's in the way of that, or like maybe something that we need to take our power back from, or something that we need to overcome. So anyways, first we're going to pull a card from the Witch's Kitchen. Archangel Raziel, take back your power. Okay, here's our card. It is Mugwort with intuition. So we will put Mugwort right up here to the right, nestled in to the right of take back your power and above spiritual gifts. So intuition is our card from the Witch's Kitchen. So fun. So perfect. Thank you, Raziel, for bringing in so clearly too. It was like maybe the third or fourth card from the top, and it shot out to the side towards me. Like there was no denying it. This was our card. All right. So intuition. How are we going to activate in our channel our gifts? It's our intuition. I have angel bumps all over my legs and arms. Like you'd think it was 37 degrees in this room right now if you looked at my skin. Yes, I'm lit up. I feel it. Thank you. So, to tie in my life with everything that I do, I'm reading the book Women Who Run with the Wolves, and I'm at the beginning of the book, and the story that we're on now is the story of Baba Yaga, and whatever the fuck her name is, the young lady, Marissa or Clarissa, or Alicia, I don't know, like whatever the young lady's name is, it's that one of them stories, the dad remarries the evil stepmom with the evil stepdaughters, and they want to send her, they want to get rid of her because they're jealous of her. Hold on, I forgot to shut this window. They want to get rid of her because she's beautiful and has perky tits. Literally, it says that pretty much in the story. So they send her into the woods to seek out some coal from Baba Yaga, assuming that Baba Yaga is going to eat her for dinner, and Baba Yaga would love to do that. But so she tells the girl, she has her do all these impossible things. Now, the girl is able to do this because before her mother died, or on her mother's deathbed, she gave her a little doll, and she was like, don't tell anyone you have this doll, but, keep it in your pocket, and, if you have a question, ask the doll, and then you listen for the answer. Like, the mother was teaching her how to use her intuition through the doll. So in the woods, like, she would ask the doll, like, should I go this way or that way? And the doll would tell her. Well, the doll spoke to her the whole time through Baba Yaga and helped her, accomplish everything that Baba Yaga asked for her, told her when to be quiet, told her the perfect response for Baba Yaga. So Baba Yaga did not eat her, and then ended up setting her off. You're not eating right now. Come here. My dog wants to eat his dog food right now. Go lay down. And anyways, it was a story about intuition. So I just wanted to tell you that tonight, actually, if I can keep my eyes open to do it, the next part of the book of Women Who Run with the Wolves is looking at each part of this story deeper and understanding the 6 or 7 different steps that she went through that actually, lead us on our path and activate our intuition and inner guidance. So, and we just hung out with Mugwort a couple weeks ago. Mugwort really is like, remember how we were talking about inviting, because it's been a whole day for me. Remember how we were talking about Archangel Raziel, inviting him into your dreams. So I did that last night, right? So he can work with you in your dreams. And I told him, let's work in my dreams, but I want to wake up refreshed. Like, don't exhaust me. Like, I'm old enough now to know, like, yes, we can astral travel under the conditions that when I wake up tomorrow, I'm not a tired bitch, okay? So I did sleep in longer than I normally would have. I did have some weird dreams. I was babysitting some children in the dreams. There was a path that I wanted to walk with them on and possible swimming. But then in the dream, the weird thing was, like, I didn't have car seats to take the two littlest ones. So I was like, well, how's that going to work? And then that was the end of the dream. Like, I was like, I guess that I can't do this right now. So then I woke up. But there was like a little bit of like, I don't know, I wasn't quite understanding what was going on in the dream. But definitely caretaking. I was definitely caretaking through the night. So, mugwort. You can eat a little bit, drink a tiny bit of tea, take a little bit of the tincture. It will help you remember your dreams, have more vivid dreams, help you with lucid dreaming, astral travel, things of that nature. And in this card from the Witch's Kitchen, the mugwort card is all about intuition. So intuition, that inner learning, right? That's what my friend Flossie calls it. Intuition is learning from within. So you don't even have to have an external teacher at this point in your spiritual journey. Archangel Raziel is saying, like, you can work with me on the inside. You are going to be learning from within. This spiritual understanding is you learning within. Like, yeah, you're going to read the text of whatever book finds you, or you find it synchronistically, but it's like you're processing it within. You're, I get this within. Like, you're going to connect the dots within. You're going to use your intuition. So, mugwort. Never doubt your second sight. Trust me when I say you're right. Burn a stick of pure incense to intensify your sixth sense. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there, it is done. So mugwort's guidance is doubting your intuition has put you in denial. My appearance in your kitchen today is to reassure you that your instincts are to be trusted. So I was kind of asking, like, what maybe is holding us back, or what do we need to overcome? And what we need to overcome is trust. Well, we need to get to trust. We need to overcome doubt. So it's like, I kind of thought in my head that was the way it was, right? Did you ever have a hunch and you didn't follow it, and then that's exactly what it turned out to be? You didn't trust your intuition. So Archangel Raziel is saying, don't be in denial when you hear these whispers, when you have this sense of knowing, when your clairvoyance starts to work. Try to not doubt, okay? This is not the time to deny your abilities. So trust. Your instincts are to be trusted. Mugwort says, the visions you have when you drink me as a natural tea infusion are valid. As I open your clairvoyance up to a magical frequency level. So I don't know about you, but I actually have a shit ton of mugwort growing out there right now. And I think that we need to go drink a little tea. It's so bitter. Like, we will only be drinking a little bit as I look up and see 1111 on the ticker. I kid you not. When we have our visions, we're going to drink the tea, and then we will have some visions this afternoon. We need to know they are valid. We are being opened up. Our clairvoyance, here clairvoyance is again. Mugwort is opening our clairvoyance up to a magical frequency level. And Archangel Raziel is saying, I am helping your clairvoyance. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully. Get it up to that magical level so you can clearly see heavenly love. So when we get our clairvoyance up to a magical frequency level, we will clearly see heavenly love. And the visions we have are valid. Now we can also burn mugwort. Mugwort is associated with prophecy, and mugwort invites us to burn an incense stick. She says, burn an incense stick made of my dried magical self while you perform any divination rituals. Soon you will believe in that inkling you've been having, for your hunches are always correct. And that's what Flossie says. I never ignore a hunch. I never deny a hunch. You know, don't ignore your hunches. They are real, real, real. Mugwort says, let me take you deep into a trance where I will develop your sixth sense further and strengthen your psychic powers. I have chills again just because this is the perfect card. You guys, we really are moving along and things are happening quicker, but we have to say, yes, I allow you, mugwort. Yes, I invite you, Archangel Raziel. I am activating my gifts and talents. I am developing my sixth sense even farther. I am strengthening my psychic powers now. Mugwort says, as you learn to trust your witchy intuition, I will balance overactive dreams and enhance your lucid dreaming abilities, especially if you bathe in a ritual bath sprinkled with my dried leaves prior to bedtime. Sweet, magical dreams. So she's suggesting to put some mugwort in your bath, maybe a little tea. Like, I was going to do a foot soak today because I really need to take the foot file to my heels and the side of my big toe. Like, it's just time. Like, let's take off a layer of callus, you know? It's like, hello, end of July, you need to go scrub your feet. Why not put some mugwort tea into that foot bath? I think I'll have to do that too. And mugwort's like antifungal and all that good stuff, so it's like 2 for 1. Like, your feet will appreciate it and you absorb everything in through your feet, everything through your skin. So I feel like today we should definitely put some mugwort tea into that foot bath that we were going to do this afternoon because it's going to be so hot and we might as well. All right, so now you can make an infusion with the tea, right? When you drink it, you're going to know your visions are valid, okay? Let mugwort take you into a trance. Burn some mugwort. Love the mugwort. Bathe in the mugwort. Now, the infusion can be used for treating candida, parasites, and worms. So the recipe here is add 30 grams of dried mugwort to a 1-liter mason jar with 4 cups of boiled spring or filtered water. Put a lid on and shake. Allow to steep for 4 to 6 hours. So just make an infusion of mugwort. Let it steep in a cool, dark place. Once the time is up in 4 to 6 hours, strain it, put it in a clean jar, and refrigerate it. Drink first thing in the morning. So like on an empty stomach, you drink that mugwort, cold mugwort infusion. You could add tea or you could add sugar, honey, if you can't do it. And I would just personally say, listen to your intuition on how much, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that you want to drink 4 cups of mugwort tea. I mean, that would probably kill anything that lives in you, but it might also kill you. Disclaim out the wazoo. I would just like double check into that before I did it. But I love that idea because, you know, like I have struggled since I was a teenager with candida, like just whitish stuff on my tongue or on my skin, rashes on my skin. And apparently, like, everyone has parasites and worms. That's what you read. That's what you hear in the natural health news. Everybody's got them. So this might be a great way to just every once in a while cleanse your system by making the mugwort infusion, refrigerating it, and then, you drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. And then I imagine there will be some physical effects from that. So do it on your day off. Okay, so the Anglo-Saxon tribes believed that this sacred herb mugwort was given to them by the god Woden. Ancient Chinese poetry and songs spoke of this herb with honor and respect. Mugwort is associated with the moon, cycles of womanhood, the element of earth, and feminine nature. So just love, love, love. Archangel Raziel brings in the most perfect witch's kitchen herb for us to utilize on our journey of awakening our sixth sense and activating our intuition and just really up-leveling our magical frequency. Brings in the perfect herbal ally, mugwort. All right. Wow. Lots and lots of powerful energy and realizations coming in for me right now. I actually started tearing up, having some daydream visions. I'm a good daydreamer, and starting to see some of the possibilities of what spiritual sight could include for us. Very, very, very emotional to think about some of the things that a lot of us are going to be activated with. Just unbelievable abilities I see for us and connections. And then what made me cry, I have tears in my eyes. What made me cry is knowing that literally all we have to do, and this is going to become so obvious to us, all we have to do for more support is ask for it. So in the daydream, I was helping remove an entity that I could see on a young man attached to his side of him that had been causing him pain. And, this entity was being a bugger, and I was having a little trouble getting it to release from the man. And I called on Archangel Michael. I remembered I was allowed to call on Archangel Michael, and instantly he was there. And that made me cry, because in the daydream I was I wasn't sure if you were available or would be able to come help me. And he reminded me, I'm available in that instant that you ask for me. So anyways, hand on heart, whichever guides you resonate with, as we have our online dating service here with the archangels, as we get to know each individual consciousness, whichever one you're resonating with, make sure you include them in your spiritual journey by asking for their assistance. So I know I love all the archangels, but you know what I'm saying. Some resonate more than others, or make more of an impact, or make more of, just are what you're looking for, So Archangel Raziel really is resonating. Archangel Michael will always be my number one archangel. And it's just funny that I would have a daydream about him when I wasn't really thinking about him. And that's what's so funny about Archangel Michael. He won't let you forget about him. Once you invite him in to your experience, he won't let you forget about him. Which I like. I like that. All right. So next we're going to pick a second herbal ally from the Herbal Healing deck. And I should have got it all shuffled up when I wasn't recording, but you know, some people maybe enjoy me shuffling in their ear and sniffing my snot, because I really was like overtaken with emotion, and my heart space was like touched, and my little small mind ego even felt that bliss. You know, just knowing that like we are not alone. Okay. So, Archangel Raziel, helping us with our spiritual sight, helping us take our power back, helping us with our spiritual understanding. What second herb would you like to talk about today for our clairvoyance? And yeah, how are we going to be able to help people more? Black cohosh, darkness. Interesting. And on the bottom of the deck, I just want you to know it's violet with introspection, which I kind of definitely am feeling like they go together. Like, why did you tell them what was on the bottom, Sade? Because it's important. Okay, so I'm going to put them both here. Now, obviously, they come together with an introspection of darkness. Ooh. And that ties in the vision, the daydream I just had. You know, people have darkness, obviously. But what I was seeing in the daydream vision break that I had during the break was an entity. It seemed like this guy. I saw him as like this monster that was following him. And I said to the guy, "Who's your friend?" And then I said, "Oh," and the guy looked at me like, "What?" Because he can't see him, only I can see him. And then I say, "Exactly, he's not your friend." And that's when I realized it was an entity attachment. So this black cohosh is saying, are you able, will you be able, are you willing to go into the darkness and shine light? Are you willing to go, Violet says, and are you willing to go into your own darkness and dispel it with your light? But not like a guns blazing, like we're going in, like that kind of vibe. It's not like that. It's not like you want to just run the darkness out when you go into yourself. You literally need to go in there and contemplate it out. You need to heal it out. You need to introspect it out. Like, oh, it's going out. The darkness has no other choice to return to the light. The light will infuse every dark corner within you. But you're going to go in there and gain understanding. So Violet is right underneath spiritual understanding, and they're both next to take back your power and your spiritual gifts. But it's like when we understand our own darkness, we'll be able to understand the collectives. We'll be able to help individuals. And if we can clear the darkness from first within ourselves, you know, that is taking back our power. When you walk up to the lion in your path and you're not afraid of it, you turn it into a pussycat, right? So it's like, it's your darkness. You don't need to be afraid of your darkness, right? So it's sort of saying like, bring the light. And now this is next to Archangel Raziel. Remember I told you he has his hands up. He's got lights in each of his palms. He has a light in his forehead. He has a light in his heart, on his chest. He is beaming. It's like we're walking around beaming our own light. So even when we come up against darkness or somebody, it's like you're always beaming your light. When he's holding that Merkaba above his head and spiritual understanding, it's got lights on it. It's like headlights, you know. He's beaming light from his head in all of these pictures. He's got a lighted rainbow staff. He's just luminous. So that's like what he's suggesting you to be too. As we get our magical frequency up, our witchy magical frequency up so high that we can clearly see heavenly love, witches, you are the ones who will first see heavenly love because you purposely get your vibration up there. You're raising your frequency. So you're just going to glow light. You're going to emanate out the higher vibrations. And that's what Black Cohosh is doing in this picture. So it's the black root. She's so beautiful. She's got her eyeliner on. She's gorgeous. And her roots have all these creamy white light spiral squiggles. So from her darkness, from this dark black root, she gives off light. And then her flowers are white too. So she is also putting out light into the higher realms, or perhaps receiving, but definitely glowing. And violet too. You know, violet's a low to the ground, not too showy. Well, doesn't she have a protective circular auras going around her top? Like almost as if it's like a rainbow arc this way, a rainbow arc that way, but it's creamy, it's white, it's light. So Archangel Raziel is definitely saying, you know, go ahead and just keep on radiating your light. Go ahead and just keep being luminous. Yes, take time to understand yourself, understand, you know, the darkness, what have you. But then ultimately, like Mugwort says, we keep on raising our magical frequency. All right, so at 11:11, I get a text while I was wrapping that up, and it says, "Hey, this is Chris. I will shoot you a text when Heath is done at Walmart so you can keep an eye out for him." I don't know Chris or Heath. But I said, "You got the wrong number. Better resend to the right person." He said, "So sorry." I said, "It's okay, LOL, just looking out for Heath." But isn't it funny? It was at 11:11. Like, I'm almost like, "Hey, are you part of my soul family?" Like, what's up with Heath? Does he have an entity attachment? Can I help you guys dispel your darkness? It's always funny, like, when things are, like, so synchronistic like that. I'm like, well, how far should I take this? All right, so I'm opening up the book, and I instantly see on the Black Cohosh page the snake, of course, that would be the first thing that I see. The snake and the spine are both symbolic of Kundalini energy. Now, this is right under take back your power. So I feel like Archangel Raziel is saying that snake, 1, 2, 3, that snake took a lot of your power away, didn't it? We want you to take your power back. We want you to reclaim your yard. We want you to feel okay in the yard, even if there is a 3.5 foot long snake. Every time I mention the snake, it's going to get a half foot longer. It's like, you know, take back your power. The wound, Rumi, my boy Rumi says the wound is the place where the light enters you. So now I do have a story about snakes from when I was a child, and I probably have shared it with you if you've hung out with me long enough. But my stepdad, when he was mowing the yard one time, hit a snake with the mower blade, killed it, but then decided that it would be funny to chase me and my sister around with it wiggling it and shaking it at us. So I was definitely traumatized as a child with that experience. And yeah, we hid in the bathroom and he came up through the laundry chute and shook that fucking snake at us. And we just lost our shit, you know, screaming and crazy. Well, anyways, ever since then, I've had a little bit of a snake issue. I've had a little bit of a wound, okay? But that part of me, that wound, right? Because it wasn't just putting in the fear of a snake. Understand this. That wound was even deeper because I could not trust the man who was my father figure. Do you know what I mean? So the wound was more complex than just a snake. Anyways, the wounds that we have or had, our wounds are where the light enters you. So anyways, part of a spiritual journey is definitely the dark night of the soul. Black Kohash wants to talk about that. Maybe Archangel Raziel wants to say, like, if you haven't had it, invite your dark night of the soul, right? Really deal with your shit, really deal with your issues, really deal with your darkness, and know that it's a necessary part of your initiation. So if our feminine side has been wounded, because that definitely was a pivotal point in my life where it's like, yeah, like the feminine side that, you know, wanted to be like protected by the father figure was certainly wounded, right? Like you can't count on anybody to protect you. As a matter of fact, that person that was supposed to protect you is harassing you, you know? Anyways, Black Kohash says it's time for healing. Okay, it's time for healing. The healing energy of unicorns is here with the Black Kohash. So the flower is like a unicorn horn, as I see 444 at the top of the plant. So it's like, take comfort. Pure, gentle, penetrating unicorn horn energy is here to move your pain, to heal, help you heal. So yeah, Archangel Raziel is saying part of the initiation for your clairvoyance might be to understand all your wounds, all your darknesses, all your experiences that you could file under abusive or negligent or dysfunctional, right? These dysfunctional relationships. It's time for us to release the past abuse. It's time for us to release. So it is a Black Kohash is a whiplash remedy. It's also used to treat snake bites, right? So if we've experienced any blows, either through whiplash or abuse, emotionally abusive experiences, it's time for us to heal, take back our power, and heal properly this time. So yeah, we do have the snake energy, the kundalini energy, maybe our reptilian nature energy that, you know, activates our fear and our anger, right? So we want to actually feel these emotions, feel them, and then release them. And that will help us experience a deep healing that will affect our creative capacity. So as our instinctual nature is repaired, our intuition will become keener. Hear that twice. As you repair and heal your instinctual nature, your intuition will become keener. And that will, of course, protect us and allow us to avoid any future blows. Okay, we're going to be able to avoid those situations now because we have our little doll in our pocket, right? We don't need the doll, right? But that doll represented intuition. we'll be able to consult with our inner knowing. And yeah, once we get into that beautiful place, our creative life will catch fire, right? So Black Cohosh is a message to definitely hang in there. The universe loves you. Your higher self loves you unconditionally. So feel this in your heart. That's what Archangel Michael was showing me too in that vision, that like we are loved unconditional, like help can be there for us the instant we ask for it. And we can ask our higher self right now to send us the energy needed to complete our healing process. So whatever healing process that has yet to be completed, we ask now of our higher selves to send us the energy needed to complete this healing process so that we can take our power back and move into health, creativity, purity, and light. So yeah, Black Cohosh definitely is the yin, feminine side of your being for us to heal and connect with. And it's okay to go into those dark emotions. And Violet is here for us to help with that introspection, because once we go in and we feel them, then we can release them. Carl Jung said, your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. So if you want to keep looking outside of yourself, you'll keep dreaming. You'll keep dreaming the illusion. You'll keep being part of the matrix, You'll keep staying asleep if you keep looking outside of yourself into the dream. If you take it upon yourself with the help of Black Cohosh and Mugwort and Archangel Raziel, if you look within yourself, you will awaken. So that's why we have Violet coming in with a very gentle and sweet but powerful message of introspection. So yeah, look inside yourself, right? Connect with your intuition. Understand spirit from within. Not memorizing a book, right? Like the books will find us to inspire us, but the work we're doing is within. Everything is within. So look within and rest assured when the time is right, then you will be able to share more of yourself with the world outside of you. But it's an inside job. What's up, 9/11? Like you got your own inside job to work on. So yeah, use good judgment. Look before you leap, right? You're going to be using your intuition. Violet says, use discernment when sharing with others, and remember to balance contact with the outside world by listening to your inner guidance. This is not to say that you must cut off contact with others. In fact, Violet's flower essence, which I have from Anne's Backyard Herbal, is used to alleviate shyness and help us open up to others. And it's also good to release fear. So we use our intuition then to have a good sense of timing, to have discernment, and to take care and know when to open our hearts to the right people. But if it's not right, don't. We also use our intuition and discernment to know when to hold back and keep our sacredness to ourselves, right? Just like in the story of Baba Yaga, the little doll whispered to her, shh, that's enough, quit talking, right? Don't talk yourself into a situation where Baba Yaga is going to have you for dinner, right? She used her intuition to know when, to hold your best cards, right? Know when to hold back. So anyways, all the answers are within you, is what Violet wants to say, is what Archangel Raziel wants to say. Everyone's encouraging us to go within for intuition, for healing, for dispelling the darkness, for integrating the darkness, for learning from your wounds, learning from your experiences. So yeah, this is a good message about balance too. So like after you've been hanging out with the outside world, make sure that you take time to retreat into your own private world. This experience of activating your clairvoyant gifts takes place at first, for sure, in your own private world. And then even after that, you need to make sure you balance. You need to make sure you have plenty of time on a daily basis for introspection. So that's meditating, journaling, yoga, listening to music, being quiet, sitting in nature, whatever your regular spiritual practice is. Grounding, getting your feet in the grass, being closer to the ground, being in nature. Lay down on a blanket, enjoy a picnic. Keep an eye out for your 4-foot black snake. The closer you are to the ground, the better. And get to know what grows there. I love watching the grass. I love being on the grass and looking in the grass and seeing all the different plants that are in the grass and the little creatures growing, the little creatures crawling within the grass. And yeah, at that place, you just might stumble upon a violet. Now, violet also says, be careful not to be swept up into other people's problems or projects or goals. So all of this right now is a message for you to take back your power. Stay true to you, okay? Commit to you. Come home to you. Get to know you. Go within you. Activate you. Activate your intuition. It's not out tuition. It's intuition. So yeah, and then, more and more then as we activate our inner gifts, we'll share them with everyone around us, and we'll be attracted to the right place at the right time with people that are ready for us or will appreciate our spiritual understandings, and then we'll help those ones who are ready. Whew. I love this. Do not allow your desire to be appreciated get in the way of your deeper purpose. So it's almost like we kind of definitely need to unplug our ego. Like, hey, honey, I know you love to be validated. But right now, it's time for you to go within. Stay balanced. Remain whole, right? Remain feeling that connection within. And Violet is saying you will pave the way for higher connection and belonging in the future. But right now, it's time to raise your frequency. It's time to raise your vibration and pave the way for higher connection. Well, it's 11:33. I have another neighbor who's started to mow. Everyone is so ambitious, and I appreciate that about them. So let's end our hangout, our 2-day hangout with Archangel Raziel. And he says that's good. That's good, because it's good to take time to integrate a lot of the things being said to you, a lot of the things that you're understanding. There's no rush. Perfect timing. Even my Jesus Calling book was like saying, let me schedule your day. Quit worrying about how things are supposed to go. You waste so much energy micromanaging. Like, give the day to me and let you enjoy yourself and let me do the scheduling. And I was like, hey, JC, you don't have to twist my arm, honey. You got it. And that will give me more time to be quiet and to be introspective, to think about where I need to still do some healing work, right? That 4.5-foot black snake certainly let me know where I was at in processing that particular fear. And I was telling my bestie, Ostiel the Oracle, that it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, when I saw him in the grass with me, also in the grass, like we are together on the same eye level, I wasn't as afraid and freaked out as I thought I would have been. So that to me is progress. And I'm outside in the yard barefoot and, you know, keeping an eye out, but also I'm not like wearing armor and boots, you know what I mean? So I'm not afraid like I could be. Like I'm doing my healing work. All right. Shall we have a little magic of flowers here with our magical frequency? And I really love that Black Cohosh was activating our yin, our feminine energy. Violet too feels very feminine to me. Intuition and mugwort, extremely feminine to me. A lot of moon energy, a lot of dark moon energy, new moon energy, shining a light in the darkness moon energy, right? Nothing, I mean, think of a full moon. Illuminates the darkest of nights. It's to the point where you can walk outside without a flashlight. So you be the full moon. You come into that spiritual arrangement with your higher self to literally beam light, illuminate. You are a luminous being. And off the bottom, we've got crocus. We've got crocus out in the evening beside the gazebo with a light within the gazebo. I've never seen this picture like this before. But it's like, I've never noticed it. Like, you know how like a light on a house is like on the outside of it, stuck to the wall, right at the door, like a street light. It's out. You can see the light. You can't actually see the light bulb because it is within the gazebo. So I've never seen this card like this. It's never spoke to me quite like this. But it's like, you are the gazebo. You come home to yourself, right? That's what Tulsi told us all week, this week here at Ho. I come home to myself, right? We make that home within. The light is within. So come home to the light within. Yes, crocus definitely has a message of cooling the heat, cooling the anger, cooling the fire. It's a perfect neighbor to put here beside violet, right? For us to cool down, for us to introspect, right? We don't need to be angry anymore. I don't need to be mad at anybody. I don't need to be mad at my dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we cool down now. We cool down within ourselves and do that healing work. And even in the snowy ground, we bloom, right? We cool down and we bloom. We got enough of that internal light that we can bloom even on a snowy night. So, all right, I'm going to put crocus up here by kind of to the right of spiritual understanding. Yeah, definitely to the right of spiritual understanding. I'm like, you look good here, look good there. And letting crocus and violet work together. Very cooling, very cooling. So these outside irritations, we need to cool it down. We need to quit looking outside of ourselves because that's part of the dream. And we need to look within ourselves because that is the awakening. So we cool, we soothe the outside irritating dream world. We go within because that is where the light is. Now on the top of the deck is a reversed cherry blossom. I just had to look. I just had to look at the top of the cherry blossom at the deck, and it's a reversed cherry blossom. So I'm going to honor that and put this over here above clairvoyance and to the left of spiritual gifts and just slightly below mugwort with intuition. Now cherry blossom has a message to be free. To be free. And this is making me giggle because it's a little girl on a swing. Okay, so first of all, it is taking me personally to my inner child and saying, yes, we're going to heal that now completely. But because it's reversed, she's literally upside down on the swing. And isn't that something of your childhood that you can remember? Swinging so high on a swing that like you almost could have like did like a full circle around the bar. Like you're almost upside down at one point. You're swinging so high. You're that free. You're a child, so you're like an idiot and you don't care and you have no fear and you think it's fun even though your mom's freaking out over there. You love it. You swing to the point. Do you remember feeling this in your body? You swing so high that for a second you just are like there. You just hover and then go back down. Like you pause for a moment at the height of your swing. You're so high. So this cherry blossom is so free, she's swinging upside down. She's reached that point of the swing where she's at her highest, most free point. And she's loving that feeling. I loved doing that as a kid. And then I would slow down enough in that swing to literally launch my ass off the swing and then somehow land. I don't know. I was such a crazy kid. Like I was very physical, very, very free, not afraid of literally being in my body and trusting that I could swing as high as I wanted to. I could fly off the swing if I wanted to. I was quite I guess you'd say daredevil, but it didn't feel like that to me. I just was feeling very free. I just was very free to do that. And yeah, I feel like my head sort of like wants me to scratch it. I feel like we need to heal ourselves to that point that we feel so free from the darkness, that we can tap in to that pure, childlike, innocent, unchained, unleashed energy, right? We don't need to hold back. So I love that such a like cutesy card is here with Archangel Raziel. Now, cherry blossom also, I just want to look in the book here from Tess Whitehurst. I want to see what else, if I could remember the alphabet. It does have a message to be free. It also has magical specialties about divine love, forgiveness, there it is, forgiveness, gentleness, romance, remembering one's primal innocence, and weight loss. So that's the cherry blossoms magical specialty. And then crocus, just so we're taking these in together at the same time, has the magical specialties of banishing nightmares, cooling violent emotions, and then it has to do with happiness and wealth. So I feel like cherry blossom and crocus is coming in right after our healing message from Black Cohosh and Violet. You know, as we heal, as we cool down, as we become innocent again, as we forgive, as we become gentle in our human nature, we become a vibrational match then to the higher frequencies of happiness, of wealth, of love, of divine love, of romance. You know, my ego likes the sound of that. But it definitely is a match then to the better things in life. But we've got to free ourselves from the nightmares that we've created in this dream. We've got to forgive. We've got to cool down. We've got to release. We've got to banish those nightmares, that darkness, with our light. And we do that through the practice of forgiveness. And we tap into the practice of forgiveness by remembering our primal innocence. You were very forgiving as a child. Unfortunately, you know, though, that the trauma did make an impression on our subconscious, and then we've carried that into adulthood. But there were many, many, many more experiences you had as a child that you just instantly forgave. And so, just like the violet forgives the heel that crushes it the instant it is stepped upon, right? Violet is the fragrance of forgiveness. That's what we need to do. We need to get so much into ourselves, into that divine place of light, that anything that happens outside in the outside world of dream and illusion, we just instantly forgive, because we know that's what it is. It's a dream, it's an illusion, and we don't attach to it anymore. So we become instantly forgiving because we are tapped into divine love. We are tapped into our higher self. We are resonating in the highest vibrations, the highest frequencies, and that is why our spiritual gifts have come online in such a robust and clear way, because we've done the work, we've paved the way, and now we can truly step into the magical being of light that we are. All right, you guys, that just feels perfect enough. It took me all weekend. But that's okay. Thank you, Archangel Raziel, for coming through to help us understand in a little bit of a different route than I was thinking of how we can activate our spiritual gifts and take back our power. Of course, it's going to boil down to forgiveness and doing our shadow clearing work and having our dark nights of the soul, as many as you need, to go in there and completely heal yourself now, and completely release the nightmares, and completely step into the light. You are the light. You are the love. You are the truth. It is who you are. And your spiritual gifts are your God-given power. And so use your intentions, use your words to manifest more blessings into your life. Use your requests, ask for help, ask to understand the spiritual esoteric information even better, right? So as you learn the teachings, then you will teach others, right? Because you understand it and you cannot help but to radiate out the light. So allow Archangel Raziel to help you fully awaken your spiritual sight now, so that you can see and experience heavenly love. It's time. It's really time to heal, to activate, to feel more than good, and to step into this really fun role of having clairvoyant abilities. So anyways, thank you, Mugwort. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, Black Cohosh. Thank you, Violet. Thank you, Crocus. And thank you, Cherry Blossom. Truly, you are all so sweet. And now it's time for us to sweetly take back our power and be the wonderful, high frequency, high vibing, magical witches that we are with Archangel Raziel.